Cuomo here. Happy St. Patrick's Day. So, the patron saint of Ireland may not be from Ireland, nor officially canonized as a saint, but what matters is what Patrick did and how he did it. How did he baptize over 100,000 people in a different faith in a hostile place? You know how he did it? Alliances. He's famous for casting out the snakes, right? And just like the being Irish or the canonized, that's a myth. Ireland never had snakes. But it did have barbarity of all sorts slithering around. And that's why the meaning of today and what St. Patrick did holds a message for our president. Mr. President, get rid of what and who does not serve you or us. How did a guy like Joe Kent get to be your top counterterror official? Fortunately, he resigned, writing, "Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful lobby." Look, I have no problem with negative feelings about the war in Iran and why it started, but how did your top counterterror guy think there was no real threat from Iran and say nothing until now? How does he believe that you didn't want to strike? Either he had no conscience or no competence. Either way, no good. And these two positions are his most benign, okay? He's got ties to ultra-right-wing extremists like the Proud Boys. He's got a Panzer tattoo, that's the German tank. He believes in the Great Replacement theory that the left wants illegal immigrants to replace white voters. He believes the 2020 election was stolen. He believes the FBI instigated January 6th. Again, that would all make perfect sense if it was some MAGA man podcaster. But this guy had a critical job in the White House. You can't have a collection of kooks around you and think that you're going to be at your best as an administration. Also, like St. Patrick, the president needs to shed the dividers and make allies. We now see going alone into Iran was risky. We now see if there is any chance the regime in Iran falls, it's going to take time and pressure. New reports say Israeli intelligence believes the regime is not cracking and that they are willing to fight to the end. Their asymmetric warfare in the Hormuz Strait is effective, and it continues to be effective despite the degrading of their capabilities. Just tonight, they struck Israel with major munitions and Dubai trying to take out, reportedly, their airport, driving up tensions abroad and driving up prices here at home. And now there's a second front in this war emerging in Lebanon. Hezbollah abandoned its deal to disarm as soon as Iran was bombed, and they are attacking and digging in. Israel is going into Lebanon and what is already bloody and violent and may be worse than Gaza. In no war America has ever fought have we done it alone or with just one other country. Now is not the time to start. Trump told us today NATO allies have balked at his request for a naval coalition to patrol the strait. He believes he can free the strait by himself, even warned he may pull us out of NATO. Whomever is telling him that, they are a snake and must be driven out. St. Patrick became a saint by popular acclaim because of his persistence in fighting the good fight and doing it the right way. This administration and this president would be well served to do the same right now. As for today's defection of his counterterror guy, the president said this.
Well, I read his statement. I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. But when I read his statement, I realized that it's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it.
Why'd you pick him? Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.